love the sound of these LS's. This LS is about 7 years old, this swap. There's a lot of things you can buy, but you can't buy experience. Been a while since I did a video. Figured I'd go back to an oldie. This Jeep was actually built, I believe, in 2010, maybe 2011. It runs great. It's running Gen 1 Motec electronics. If you look at this cruise control switch, you can see this is our old cruise control switch with a light in it, and it works great. This Jeep was in our shop to get a Camaro SS fan added. This is a heavy Jeep with a lot of add-ons, light bars, bumpers, winch, 4-door, it's heavy. So it's got a lot of load on the fan, and we added the Camaro SS fan, and it's being controlled by the GM computer, not only for engine coolant temp, but transmission fluid temperature and AC condenser pressure. You can't hear it. I can hear the fan speeding up and slowing down with AC pressure. We're making a big step up from the 2-speed DC brushed JK fan to this Camaro SS fan. A lot of it has to do with perception and expectation. A lot of guys think that, well, my Jeep should run at 185 degrees like my old small block Chevy, and that's just not how it is. The LSs like to run about 205 to 230. That's where they're thermally efficient. We're running a manual condenser in this. We took the automatic one out because the cooler in the bottom of the automatic condenser is virtually useless. It's opening up more airflow. The JK engine compartment is not that large, and by the time you stuff a V8 in it, there's not a whole lot of place for air to go. With the recent heat wave we've been having, we've been seeing temps well above 100 degrees and above 110 degrees. And we have these really heavy JKs with high compression V8s, and we're pretty much stuck with a stock radiator core size. We can go thicker, but if you go too thick, now you're not going to be able to pull air through that core. So it's a balance. It's a balance between airflow through the core and moving heat. And we've played with that balance for many, many years being here in Las Vegas. So I'm driving a very heavy JK. It's about 105 out, air conditioning's on, and we've got to keep this thing cool. Do not block the airflow in front of a grill. Our tests have shown even a stinger, a foot off your grill, 3-inch tube, can deflect the air away from the grill and up over the hood. This is our old technology. This is where we came from. In the shop right now, we have several Jeeps running our new Easy install. That includes no weld mounts, no grinding, no cutting, our new plug-and-play harness, and of course Mocan. This is showing where we came from, and that's going to show where we're going. As far as functionality and drivability goes, they are very similar. Yes, Mocan may have a few extra PIDs, like the parental display on the dash showing current gear, but other than that, you're not going to know so much of a difference driving it. The biggest deal with our new Easy Install Kit is the amount of labor hours you can reduce the build time, and that's big for shops, especially when you're billing your customer by the hour, or you're doing this in your garage and you want to have the least amount of work, especially the electrical side of it. So with our new Easy mounts, billet brackets, and Mocan, this kit is about as easy as you can get. We're running the factory operating system intended for your engine. So if you have a 6.0 L96, a 6.0 LC8, a 6.2 L92, L94, LS3, L99, L9H, a 5.3 LMG, LY5, LC9, LH6, whatever it is, you're going to be running that operating system. You're going to be running that operating system in the engine control module, transmission control module, etc. Our electronics will then work with that operating system. In the hot rod community, it's common, like GM controllers, they use E67 controllers, and they eliminate they take a lot of segments out, so they'll eliminate diagnostics. That's why E-rod harnesses and controller packages are not emissions compliant for OBD2 vehicles. They just simply remove a lot of the diagnostics so that the same operating system can work on multiple engines. We don't do that. We use an OE production tune intended for your engine and then make our interface work with it. To go the other way around, which is make the engine work with our operating system, you would be losing not only functionality but serviceability, drivability, diagnostics, and the whole 9 yards. You know where I'm going with that. So whatever engine you have, you're going to be running a pure operating system, and you're going to have the peace of mind that that can be serviced by a dealership, and it's going to run the way GM intended it. And I know a lot of this is redundant, although we do have a lot of new viewers now that are tuning in. But now that we're moving into the Gen 5 engines, we're seeing that these electronics are becoming more and more critical and important to the operation of the vehicle. The new Gen 5s have limitations on programming, VIN numbers, crossing operating systems, the cooling systems, cooling fan operation in the Gen 5s is much different. Basically, cooling fans now have a target goal rather than a table you set. They're doing things differently than they used to do, and we need to work within that. We need to let those systems work the way they're intended. To take the cooling fan operation away from an ECM and put it into an independent module, while that will work, it just won't work as well. GM actually knows how fast that fan has to speed up for the best efficiency, to keep the best economy, to protect the engine, monitor AC condenser pressure, and all the rest of it. Yes, we can operate it through our Motec module, and yes, we do, especially in the earlier builds like TJs and LJs. The point is that there are situations where you can use an external fan controller, AC input. We even fit cruise control to early vehicles and run it through the GM system. And of course, we have to have some integration there.